So now we are doing exercise number 1.3, and in this exercise we'll learn how to show that a number is irrational. And from the point of view of exam, this exercise is really very important. This year also one question appeared from the exercise. Now the technique to show that a number is irrational, we are going to use the method of contradiction from mathematical reasoning. How to apply that method? Learn carefully. Now first of all, let root 5 is a rational number. We have to prove that root 5 is irrational, but what we'll do, let root 5 is a rational number. Okay, so if root 5 is rational, then it must be of the form a by b, where denominator should not be equal to 0. So this is the definition of a rational number. Any rational number is of type a by b, where denominator should not be equal to 0. Also, these a and b should be co-prime. So here it is written, then we can divide them by the common factor and assume that a and b are co-prime. Simply you can write a and b are co-prime. This much is enough. Okay. Now, we have assumed root 5 is a rational number, hence root 5 is a by b, where a and b are co-prime. Co-prime means they do not cancel each other, or the HCF between them is 1. Nothing is common between them. Now, simply take this b towards root 5. So now a is equal to root 5b. Easy? A is equal to root 5b, because b we have sent to root 5. A is equal to root 5b. Now square both sides. So a square is equal to root 5 square, that is 5, and b square is b square itself. So a square is equal to 5b square. Now see carefully, a square is equal to 5 multiplied by something. Therefore a square is divisible by 5. It is explained here also. As you can see, 63 is equal to 7 into 9, right? 7 9 is 63. So you can say 63 is divisible by 7, and also 63 is divisible by 9, isn't it? 63 can be divided by 7. Similarly, 26 is divisible by 13 and 2, because 26 is 13 into 2. Logic is there. So applying the same logic, a square is 5 into b square. So a square will be divisible by 5. Okay. Right. So if a square is divisible by 5, we can say that a is also divisible by 5. Let a is equal to 5 into k. Okay. So for an example, we say that 25. What is 25? 25 is 5 square. Right, 25 is divisible by 5. That is 5 square is divisible by 5. Okay, can we say 5 is divisible by 5? Absolutely yes, 5 is also divisible by 5. So what we have seen, that if a square is divisible by any number, then it is for sure that a will be divisible by the same number also. So here I have written a square is divisible by 5, and it can be said that a is divisible by 5. I've given an example also. So if a is divisible by 5, we can say that a is equal to 5 into k. Same logic, as 26 is divisible by 13, we can write 26 is equal to 13 into 2. 63 is divisible by 7, so we can write 63 as 63 is equal to 7 into 9. Right. So if a number is divisible by another number, we can write it in this form, where this number I am referring as k. It can be any number. Right. So if a is divisible by 5, we can write it as a is equal to 5 into something, and that something is k. Okay. One example more you require. Let us say 30. So 30 is divisible by 5. You know that 5 6 is 30, right? So 30 is divisible by 5. So we can write it as 5 into some k. And what is that k in this case? It is 6. 5 6 are 30. Now I am saying a is divisible by 5. So a can be written as 5 into something, and what that something is, that something can be any number k, right? So a will be written as 5k now. Done. So in this step, in place of a, I am writing 5k. 5k square is equal to 5b square. Now 5k square is equal to 25k square. So now here we have 25k square, and 25k square equal to 5b square. What will happen? 5 will cancel 5. So b square is equal to 5k square will be your next step. Okay, 5 will cancel 5 and b square is equal to 5k square. Now we can see b square is 5 into something. It means b square is divisible by 5. Okay, if b square is divisible by 5, as we have written already here, I have explained it. As a square is divisible by 5, we can say a is divisible by 5. Similarly, if b square is divisible by 5, we can say b is also divisible by 5. So now, from this statement, a is divisible by 5, right? And from this statement, b is divisible by 5. It means a and b both are divisible by 5, and hence a and b both have a common factor. I'll give you an example, like 25 is divisible by 5, okay, and 30 is also divisible by 5, isn't it? So both have 5 in common. Yes? Okay. Are these two numbers co-prime? No, because both these numbers have 5 in common. Their HCF is 5. They are not co-prime. Co-prime number means nothing should be common between them except for 1. Okay. So in our assumption at the beginning, we have said that a and b are co-prime. It means only 1 is common between them. But now what we are seeing here, that 5 is common between a and b. This is a contradiction. Contradiction means what we had assumed is wrong. Therefore, if our assumption is wrong, what was our assumption? Our assumption was that root 5 is a rational number a by b, and a and b are co-prime. Now our assumption is wrong that a and b are co-prime. It means this whole assumption is wrong, and root 5 is a rational number. This assumption will cancel. That is, root 5 is not a rational number, it is an irrational number, right? Hence we can say that root 5 cannot be expressed as p by q, where p and q are co-prime, and hence root 5 is a irrational number. I hope it is clear. Once our assumption is disproved, okay, by the logic it is disproved that we assume that root 5 is a rational number. Our assumption is disproved by this logic, hence we'll say it is not a rational number, it is an irrational number. Done. So similarly, there is a question, prove that root 3 is an irrational number. Excuse me. Then what you'll do, in place of root 5 here, you'll write root 3 is equal to a by b, then a is equal to root 3b, then a square is equal to 3b square, isn't it? Then we'll say a square is divisible by 3, and it can be said that a is divisible by 3. Same steps, in place of 5 we'll just put 3, and then a is equal to 3k. Then at this place we'll put a is equal to 3k. 3k square is equal to 3k square. 3k whole square is equal to 3k square. Then this will be 9k square. So 9k square is equal to 3b square. 9k square is equal to 3b square. Then what will happen? This 3 will cancel this 9, and b square will be 3k square. Like here it is b square is equal to 5k square. We'll have b square is equal to 3k square. Then we'll say b square is divisible by 3 or multiple of 3, and hence b is divisible by 3, and then same statement, it is a contradiction. They can't have same common factor, and hence our assumption that root 3 is a rational number is wrong. it is nullified, and hence we'll say that root 3 is an irrational number. Okay, so that one also you write in your notebook. Okay, now these kind of questions, see, it is not a single term, it is 3 plus 2 root 5. We have to show that it is irrational. Again, we'll use the method of contradiction. We'll say let 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational number. So if it is a rational number, it can be represented in the form of a by b, where a and b are co-prime. A and b are co-prime, you have to write here. Okay. Then taking this 3 towards RHS, a by b minus 3. And then taking this 2 towards the denominator, 1 by 2, a by b minus 3. Now what we are seeing here, this root 5 is in the form of p by q or a by b. It means something, some real number upon some real number, isn't it? Root 5 is in this form. Can it be written like this? Can root 5 be written like this in a by b form? No, it is not true, because root 5 is an irrational number. Okay, so what we are saying now, since a and b are integers, so 1 by 2 a by b minus 3 will also be a rational number, because on solving this it will be of the type p by q, right? And root 5 can't be written in the form of p by q, being an irrational number. So this is a contradiction, the fact that root 5 is irrational. Hence our assumption, what was our assumption? Our assumption was that 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational number. That is wrong, and hence we'll say 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. Okay. Next, question number 3. Prove that 1 by root 2 is irrational. So again we'll say let 1 by 2 is rational. If 1 by root 2 is rational, it is equal to a by b, where a and b are co-primes. So on reversing it, reciprocating it, okay, we'll get root 2 is equal to b by a, isn't it? 1 will come at the denominator, root 2 will go in the numerator. Similarly here, a at the denominator, b in the numerator. Or simply you can do cross multiplication, root 2 this side, b this side in the numerator, a at the denominator. So root 2 is equal to b by a. Okay. So root 2 is b by a. Can root 2 be written as b by a or in any p by q form? No, it is not possible. Why? Because it is an irrational number. So again it is a contradiction to the fact that root 2 is irrational, and hence our assumption, what we had assumed that 1 by root 2 is rational, that assumption is wrong, and hence 1 by root 2 is an irrational number. Similarly, we'll do second part, show that it is an irrational number. We'll say let it is rational, and hence 7 root 5 is equal to a by b. Yes, where a and b are co-primes. We can take this 7 at the denominator, so root 5 will be a by 7b. Now what we can say, root 5 cannot be represented in this form, p by q form, since it is an irrational number. So it is a contradiction to the fact that root 5 is irrational. Therefore our assumption is again wrong, and hence 7 root 5 is irrational. Okay, so it is a very nice method. In 11th class, you will study this method in detail, the method of contradiction, right? So here, show that it is an irrational number. Again, we'll say, let it be a rational number. Then it can be represented in the form a by b, where a and b are co-primes. Then root 2 is a by b minus 6. Again, we'll say this a by b minus 6 is of the form p by q. It is a rational number, right? So root 2 can't be written in the form of p by q, or root 2 can't be equal to a rational number, since root 2 is an irrational number. Therefore our assumption is false, and hence the beginning, the 6 plus root 2, is not a rational number, it is an irrational number. So simply this exercise is over. Okay, I hope you got the idea, the crux, that first of all we have to assume that the given irrational number is rational, then write it in the form of a by b, where a and b are co-primes, and then proceed further. Later on you'll find a contradiction, and then your answer will be proved. Okay, so this is it. Now we'll meet in next video.